resurrection activation. So as you know, when I work with activations, I'm working with my guides, and I bring in what they tell me is useful. I tend to also work with the energy patterns that seem to be showing up in the moment, in the last month to month coming up. So the energy that has been being reflected is a bit of a Helter Skelter energy. If I didn't know any better, I would think it was kind of like a Mercury retrograde, where communications and meeting up with people is off, and you're not hearing things correctly, and people aren't hearing you correctly. But it's really not that type of an energy right now. Right now, it's almost like anybody's game is what it feels like. So the activation they said that would be useful for all of you is, I'm going to call it the resurrection activation. I find that to be a very useful name. It's not like we want to resurrect what's old. It's almost like we want to birth up what is already within us, or resurrect, or say unzip and come out of what has been previously. So I'd like you to just close your eyes and relax. If this is your first time, just know this is not a meditation. And I'd like you to just kind of get centered in your body. You can do that by just breathing. Just kind of breathe in and hold it, and breathe out and release. You can do that a few times to just kind of get in a space that feels like you. Whatever you feel like. So when I bring in just the word Helter Skelter, that usually is like things are here and there and everywhere, and almost like a lot of blinking lights, like where you can't even, there's not a linear pattern, which is okay. We don't need linear patterns. That's where we feel like we're in a drudge or in a ditch, and routine starts to kill us. So I'd like you to just kind of maybe take an inventory of how that Helter Skelter, discombobulated type energy might be coming in for you. You might feel it in your body. You might feel it in your breathing. Your breathing might change. You might have a little twitch of a pain, maybe lower back pain, or a shoulder tightness, or a tightening in your chest. You might just have a general feeling of, say, a Richter scale out in front of you, where things are up and down, up and down. And if Helter Skelter does not fit for you, just allow yourself to, because this isn't necessarily something that needs to come up for you mentally. This activation will actually just help to bring in the best that you are, and birth a new you, a you that doesn't come with a lot of density, let's say. All right? And if you're not getting the Helter Skelter energy, that's okay. The activations will still work, because we're really here to, and when I say we, I mean myself and my guides, we're really here to help you. They're saying the word self-organize. All right? So we're going to bring in the self-organization. So as your eyes are closed, and either you feel that energy or you identify with the Helter Skelter or not, that's fine. I'm going to start to just bring in some shifts and some changes as they're coming in right now. As this energy is flowing in, it's coming in from the back, and it's coming in as like a power source. Let's say if you were in a vortex of wind, that was pushing you forward, and also I want to say coming in more on the left side of you and moving through the right, but however you feel the energy is okay. I'm just going to share how it's coming in for me. And this is a strong push energy that I'm feeling, very much not a pressure, just a push. And they're also bringing in like a beautiful silver white, almost crystalline structure in the front to the right of you. If you want, you can take your hand and place your hand on it. The structure is like a round pole that comes up maybe to the height of where you're sitting. If you want, you can just touch into the energy. It looks very much like the colors that are in the video. It's really beautiful. And so as you're touching into that, that pushing energy is starting to not necessarily subside as much as integrate, ground, and expand in your energy field. So you might find or feel it dropping down, but also spreading out. Almost as if it were, say, the way the tectonic plate is of the earth, or a few layers up above. Almost to where you get to the top of the earth's crust, but a little lower than that, where there is a semblance of stability, maybe. Yeah, we're just going to allow that energy to kind of flow through your body. Kind of breathe out, and you might find some of that Helter Skelter energy kind of dissipating. And the next bit of information that came forward that was useful was, they said to call it the blame game. So in resurrection, the way they were bringing it in, that some of you may be playing the blame game, where blaming somebody, something, a situation, circumstances, might be a way of stopping the Helter Skelter energy, of just feeling like think of it as a placeholder where it's just kind of holding you in a place so that you can feel steady while this Helter Skelter energy was going around you, okay? But there are other ways to feel centered around change and shifts. Especially they're saying shifts in identity. That's really useful. All right. So anywhere that you might be feeling blame or playing the blame game with people, situations, yourself, anything. Anywhere you can identify with that, just kind of find that for yourself. Again, still keeping your eyes closed. You might find it, the energy pattern outside of you, not necessarily inside of you, which is fine. And you might not identify with it at all, and that's okay. You might be playing a different game in order to solidify yourself into what seems to be undulating, changing. So I'm just going to bring in the energies that are going to help us evolve, is the word they're using. Help us evolve through doing any sort of pattern to keep ourselves solid or dense. We are in a time of great change. We are holographic in nature, often walking between two worlds. So often we'll go into the third dimension reality to find some semblance of, like, think of it as like walking up a staircase and holding on to the staircase hand railing to feel solid. Okay. So I'm just going to bring in whatever it is that they're saying is useful to kind of smooth out these patterns, let's say. Okay, and the first thing they're doing is they're bringing a lot of energy into the chest area, just an awful lot of this also again feels, this feels like a wind, like a beautiful wind of energy. You might see it as like a very soft faded blue color. It's really beautiful. It's just kind of pouring in through the lung area, the heart area. It's just flowing, flowing, flowing. It's just, it's a very soft energy. And it's just bringing in some clearing, and especially they want to say in the solar plexus, specific to the gut, clearing the gut energy out. All right, and then the next thing they're doing is they're coming in, they're opening up your intuitive eye. You know, left brain is logical, right brain is intuitive. So we're just going to open up the light fractals and the way you're receiving them through your left eye. So we'll bring that energy in. You might see it even as an external eye on the side of your left eye, rather than a third eye in the center of your forehead. Let's think of a huge eye just to the right of your head, right there. Just going to allow that energy to just kind of activate and bring itself in. You might find this flowing down the back of your spine, through your neck. And again, breathe and release and balance that energy out. And that is not something you have to do. I want to say by breathing, you're going to allow the balance to just come through you. So then the next thing that comes in with the resurrection energy is significance, was one of the words they said they wanted to bring in. What I'm hearing and they're telling me is that there's clarity. It's as though you may be reflecting on your significance in this game of life, and you need clarity around your path, or this mixed up bag of so many options that we all have right now. So just kind of breathe out and get centered. And as the significance energy comes in, it's something that I need to really stretch out right in front of you. It's just expanding right in front of you, but out to the sides of you, at least 6 feet out to the sides of you. And it's very interesting because as my hands are coming out, it is almost like the sign of the cross in many ways. But I also feel a lot of etheric energy flowing out of my hands, and the energy flowing as if it's an expansion also, which is really, really useful. And we want to just move into that expansion. Allow your etheric body to just go there. And allow the molecular structure of what appears to be your physical body to self-organize itself. All that. And breathe in and breathe out and release. And the next information that came forward was order. And I thought it was funny because Helter Skelter was what they started with, so the blame game kind of came in as a sense of needing to place some order in this Helter Skelter unknown energy you might be experiencing. So they're saying this with love, that the order that they want to, they're saying, just as we just completed, that it's a self-organizing order. In other words, it's not something linear or something that you mentally need to organize or emotionally organize. It is a self-organizing order. It is a power source. It is a flow, and it's coming down through the top of your head, right through your body. And this self-organizing order is just bringing in what already is. There's not much for us to do anymore other than listen, align, and be. So we're just letting this self-organizing order come through us, go all the way down through your root, down through the layers of the earth. And we're going to go ahead and connect in with the crystalline heart of the right earth frequency and the right earth pattern for you to flower into and come out of yourself, let's say. Again, breathe in through the nose and breathe out. So resurrection is such a powerful word that I actually just am going to, they're saying we're going to take like an etheric zipper, let's say maybe a foot above your head, and just unzip that zipper slowly down to the top of your head, over your front of your face, down your torso, your belly, your root, all the way down your legs, all the way down to that crystalline heart of Mother Earth. And as we know, Mother Earth has many subsets, many other aspects to herself that many of us are not fully aware of, they're saying. So we're connecting into her crystalline heart structure, and she will sort of help self-organize us and allow that dense energy to flow away. And bring in the new you. Namaste. Thank you so much. If you would like your own personal ETS session, feel free to contact me. This is where I work with you specifically, whatever your specific needs might be. Just enjoy this energy and allow it to blossom and flourish the way it needs to blossom and flourish for you. And so it is. Namaste.